how's it going? It's Kimmi. I am live. For all of you who do not know, I am Kimmi Nunnally, your number one notary educator. And I say that because your girl actually educates, okay? We actually educate people on how to have a great notary business, how to be a great notary. Because if you're not a good notary, a great notary know how to stamp those papers, you have no business doing business. So I hopped on live today, hoping to catch a few people and see what y'all got going on. YouTube has to notify you. Hey, those on the podcast and those who will watch the replay. Thought I would hop on for a few minutes. I don't really have a story right this second that I came on live with, but I had a few minutes, so that's why I said I would hop on here. It's always something to talk about. Always something. So I will follow up with this really quick though. So yesterday when I was live, I was talking about perhaps having a another membership entry point, but I think I'm gonna put that on hold because I think most people really need training and mentorship. They need training and the community. So we're gonna put that lower entry point on hold for now because we got to get people knowing what to do. And I think that's most important. So I'm all about what can actually grow your business. And again, it's not about even what I need. The lighting here is a little bad. Let me see, can I get a little better lighting? So today I'm actually visiting the hospital. I have a friend and her mom is ill. So today I'm actually visiting the hospital. So I'm back out here. I spend more time in hospitals. I'm glad I'm not in the hospital. So how about that? Okay, let's see. So I'll talk a few minutes about, let me sit here, I think. Yeah, I think I can sit here. Let's see. Oh, that lighting is perfect. Hey there, how's it going? Hey. Somebody hopped on. All right, yeah, my friend's mom is in the hospital. So I'm blessed I'm able to visit. So one thing about, let's talk about doing signings at the hospital right quick. You do need to be compassionate when it comes to hospital signings, when it comes to divorce signings, when it comes to end of life matters. Because sometimes you have to go and notarize documents for people when they're sick. When they're sick. So our experience even here has been some nurses are super compassionate, others are not. It just is what it is. And some of that's based on how they were raised, their natural inclination. Some people are just naturally more empathetic, more caring, more kind. But I'm going to encourage you in your business to really work on being compassionate and kind to people. You know, if it's not your natural way, work on it because it's going to affect your business. People like to do business with nice people, kind people. And you got to remember, somebody's parent or something is sick. Yeah, they want a notary that's equally kind and compassionate, you know? So being a notary is not just about stamping papers. It's not just about making your money. It's not just about all these different services that we can offer. No, you got to factor in the human factor, okay? That's what I call it, the human piece of it. Hey, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop your comment or your question, and I'll definitely answer it for you. But it's just a nice day. So they were actually in the process of getting her cleaned up. So while they did, I said I'll come out and take advantage of that and go live for a few minutes. So again, customer service is a big deal when it comes to building out your business. Everything goes together. These are things that people don't like to talk about. These are the things I say that aren't sexy. Customer service. Nobody wants to talk about customer service. What does customer service look like? Just a basic greeting. Nowadays, you can't even get people to say hello. Everybody's on edge with politics or their different belief system. You do this, I don't do that. people are just out of control nowadays when it comes to that, just being human, you know? So when you walk in a room and you just say hello, you already different from everybody else. Yeah, when you walk in a room and you just say good morning, you know, you already set the tone. Even when I'm doing my confirmation calls with my clients, I set the tone. I set the tone. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. Hi, Mrs. Smith. How are you? How's your day going? A little chit chat. Now, they may not always want to. They really want you to get to the point, and then I follow their lead. But I'm going to always take time to say, hello, how are you? Okay? I'm going to always take time to introduce myself. I'm Kimberly. I'm going to be your notary. I want to let them know what to expect. What's the expectation? I won't be answering any questions that you have. Well, or, you know, not like that, but you want to make sure you let them know, hey, you need to have all your questions answered about your pricing, your terms before I get there. Because when I come out, my main role is to identify you, help you get your document signed. Hello. How's everybody doing? I see we got some new people that just joined us. So if you have any questions about the notary business, if you're new, you're thinking about it, you heard about our mentorship program, you got any questions about that, let me know. We have 2 entry points into the mentorship program, so you can learn the business now. And one is $27, the other one is $47. And they both include actual training classes, community, and everything you need to get started. No more excuses. No more excuses. So yeah, so check out community. I'm telling you, community will change your business. Right now, we have people in the chat. They're getting assistance with their pricing. How do I price my services? Now I have a pricing course, but still sometimes you need to talk it out amongst your peers and say, hey, am I charging too much? Is this too little? You know, am I shortchanging myself? So to be with like-minded people in the community, the chat alone is priceless. It really is. So yesterday when I was live, I asked, hey, what y'all think about, do you need a $17 entry point? And I think that's going to go away because I only do things that make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, we're not going to do it. So after kind of reading the room, as they say, or I like to say, yesterday, we're not doing that. Yeah. We're not going to do that. We're going to just have the 2 entry points because I know for a fact most of you need training in addition to community, right? You need both. So any questions we have today, my newbies out there, those that have their commission not doing anything, what's the problem? Why aren't we using our commissions? My other thing I'm talking about continuously is ownership. Own your business. Own your business. I'm very passionate about that. Again, I wake up, I'm watching YouTube and watching the news. Companies are laying people off. Laying people off. And it can happen no matter what industry you're in. It can happen no matter what industry. But my point is, in addition to having your regular job, have something that you can call your own. Have your own business. Be able to make your own money. Back in the day when you think about cavemen, and he said he had to go out and drag something, kill it, bring it home. Right? Oh, I think the people are running from flies and bees and stuff out here. So anyway, have your own business though, if you can. And a lot of you have your commission. I meet people every day. Oh, I'm a notary. My grandmother was a notary. I have my commission. Every day I meet people like that. Well, let's make some money with it. I was one of those people. I hired somebody to do some notary work for my parents. And he asked me, he was like, well, why aren't you doing anything with your commission? I was like, I can tell you. Nah. I said, I'm good. And the main reason I wasn't doing anything is because I had my dad with me and I just really didn't have time. But after I lost him and, you know, COVID hit, I really didn't have nothing else to do. So I started learning this notary business. I did. I was one of those people. I had my commission and I just sat on it. And a lot of you guys don't even know how to really make it a business. And your state is not going to teach you how to make it a business. Because I hear people say, well, I can just learn from my state. Your state don't teach you how to have a notary business. Your state barely teaches you your state laws. Let's be honest. But you do need some laws, and some laws is better than nothing. Because like we had a little debate in our, it wasn't even a debate really. Someone asked the question though about having a notary journal in our community. chat that we have that runs 7 days a week. I don't know if you knew about that. I'll tell you about that community chat in just a moment. Our private community chat, it runs 7 days a week. Um, but somebody asked, well, hey, I'm going to be a witness. Should I record that in my journal? I said, I don't know about what nobody else say. I don't really care. At Notary Educators, what do we teach? We record everything in our journal, right? We record everything in our journals. Everything in our journals. We record everything. So, yes, we're going to record whatever we do. If it's a witness job, if it's field inspection, and if you've not seen my journal collection, check it out. I have 15 different journals you can choose from. They are so pretty. And within the journal, I'll put a space to, if you're just serving as a witness, if you're just doing proctoring, if you're just doing an I-9 form, every notarial act, and some of those are not notarial acts. An I-9 form is not a notarial act. Ink fingerprinting is not a notarial act. Okay? But I still want you to keep a record of it, because what if somebody calls you 5 years from now and they're like, hey, Kimberly, I saw that you did an ink fingerprinting job for Mr. Smith. I always say Mr. Smith. I'm going to be like, I don't remember that. But then I go back and look in my journal, and yes, it is written there. So I write everything in my journal, okay? I see we have quite a few new people. Do we have any questions while I'm here live? Are you starting your business? Where are you in your journey? What are you needing most help with? So let's go back to how the community chat works, okay? So our community chat, if you're a part of the all-inclusive plan, is thebomb.com. It really is. So it's 7 days a week, and it functions several ways. If you are, while you're in the process going through the training, and it's like, hey, let me get a little clarity on this, drop it in the chat. If you are wondering, hey, how does my website look? How does my whatever looks? You drop it in the chat. My business cards, my Google My Business page. How does that look? You drop it in the chat. If you want some constructive thoughts on it, we're going to always be nice and kind. I'm commenting. Your other fellow notaries are commenting. We are nationwide. So there are people in the group from California, Tennessee, Michigan, Florida, a lot of Texans in the house. Hey guys, I see we have quite a few people that just joined us. If you have any questions, feel free to hop on. Go ahead and put it in the chat for me. I'll try to check something going on in my chat right now. Yeah, so that's what the chat is, and that's included in the all-inclusive plan. If you're new with us, the membership is called Notary Business Success, and we do set you up for success. We help you every step of the way. We have 16 courses, and they're all very quick. Shouldn't take you 2 years to get going. But as you're adding to it, you're learning. We come in and kind of, like I like to say, clean it up. Any questions for me today while I am here? Any questions? Anything we want to talk about? What time is it? 1:30? Yeah. Like I said, I had a few minutes, so I thought I would hop on. Okay. No questions, no comments, no nothing? Okay, well, I'm going to head out, but all things notary, check out notaryeducators.com, okay? All your notary needs, all your notary training, all your notary community that you need, everything you need to succeed, notaryeducators.com. Thanks for hanging out with me. Okay, bye.